Hey everyone, welcome to a damn fine discussion and a damn spooky time. I'm here with the haunted Beaver himself. How you doing today, Beaver?
Oh, feeling haunted. I'm gonna get some boo-boos during this. We have
Yeah.
some interesting things to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Your
yeah,
boo-boos are from being chained together with Nexus and your buddy.
dude, that was wild. The PP
Yeah.
stream goes hard. That sounds really bad. PP stream
does.
meaning my side account. Anyways, we're gonna have
Anyway.
to speed run this damn fine discussion a bit. We're both a little bit low on time this week, but we want to go through as much as we can because we actually have some news for once. Like I feel like some of these have just been like no news
Waiting.
on Ahsoka once again.
Yeah. Big surprise. Yeah, and a happy holiday, Halloween to you, everybody. As of this recording, we're not going to be around Halloween week. Well, we'll be around. But, we wanted to wish everybody a spooky season. Spooky. Hope you're ready for turkey. I can't believe it's almost the end of the year. What is time?
Time flies.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, recent news. Obviously, the one on everybody's lips is punishing one Mr. Dengar and his crazy ship. Beaver, you want to open with your thoughts on this crazy ship? Second ship of the year?
I feel like it needs a nerf, dude. Like honestly, when they were like, "We're investigating this," I'm like, "That's probably a good point because this isn't looking good." And
That's
like,
smart, man.
I've had people start asking me, "Should I just not farm the Profundity anymore?" And I'm like, obviously, the Profundity is still one of the hardest ships to off meta counter. It's great for GAC, but like, should it be your first GL ship? No, it's very much behind, and I think we'll see like a Luthen lifter or something for it soon.
Yeah, I think we'll see a profundity lifter as well. But I think their goal is they want to make, I think, Executor Profundity like very like tit for taps, right? Like very even, and then they want Leviathan just to be a peg above. And then, whatever GL ship, if they do one next year, they want that to be the new meta, etc. Though who knows? I mean, we're running out of extra ships to use, so unless they start pushing like lots of ships within a short period of time or doing like a new cadence coming into 2025, I just don't see it. But anyway, looking more in the present, I mean, talk about changing the meta. So what have we been bumping into? I mean, people have been doing testing. You said you've done testing. You've got a video coming out soonish. Just to give the 5-second version. I mean, what you been cooking over there?
I mean, for like, it's rough, my dude. For starting lineup, each one kind of has its problems when it comes to this fleet, because if you throw in the triple attacker lineup, you can beat it with Finalizer. But then if you don't put the triple attacker and you throw the Houndstooth in the starting lineup, it shuts down the Finalizer. And so I think it's actually we're going to see a resurgence of removing the triple attacker lineup, because it's just, if you can cut out the Finalizer entirely, because yes, the Finalizer is it's like a 50-50 chance, but it's a 100% chance of an easy 2-shot if you have the triple attacker lineup. If you don't have the triple attacker lineup and you have the Houndstooth in the starting, it's not a guaranteed 2-shot. It's you're gonna have to keep throwing things at it. So it's super interesting to see what people are doing. Seems like the high Kyber people, the people that are utilizing the ship most, are going for the triple attacker, and I honestly don't think it's the best option.
I agree. I think Houndstooth in there is like Houndstooth, Razor Crest, punishing one. I think it is probably the most consistent one. I'm sure there's niche cases for triple attacker, but I think that's going to be more for offense personally. Yeah. Where if you know what you're walking into, then you can choose the best lineup for facing that fleet. It allows you more flexibility. But versus like I'll admit my executive counter has been Finalizer, and it's been my go-to because I am lacking on meta ships, and every time I get one, I'm putting it on defense because I want to give my opponent a hard time because I know I'm having a hard time. So it's tough. But what counters are out here? I mean, I've been hearing. I think Executrix has been the most consistent, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
Just another reason to push Inquisitors.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest like funnies because you know when Arnold was doing his testing, he was like adamant. He's like, I will try Executrix last. Okay, it's never been good against the Executor. It's always done the job, but it's better to use Chimera. And then he used it, and it was like, oh yeah, this works way better.
Right,
and
because
so
you're not pissing off the punishing one, right? With all the Chimera mechanics.
Yeah, you're not pissing off the punishing one. You're not, you know, pumping a ton of turn meter and taking a ton of turns with your capital ship as much. You're also running into, you know, just extra damage. And I think that extra damage comes in heavy with the Executrix for finishing off this fleet. Because when you can't critically hit with your TIE fighters, you're kind of screwed unless you have some increased offense. And so I think it helps a ton. But
such a hard-hitting fleet, man, and punishing one just somehow adds more. You know, all the true damage and bonus damage and their kits, and then you add Deathmark, and I don't know, man, it's insane.
Dude, I can essentially full auto profundities in my fleet shard, and I love it. I also hate it, but I love it.
Yeah, I've got a 5-star, and I can profundity, free arena climb.
Yep. Yeah. But the other counters, like, I mean, Chimera's basically cut out. There is a glitch currently where punishing one only works like 1 in 4 times when it comes to its kit, you know, disabling the dodge and the critical hits. And so you'll notice as you watch Arnold's testing, as you watch other people's testing, as I talk about it, there is a glitch where randomly it just doesn't work. And so you actually can get your critical hits, you can get your dodges, and Chimera will work perfectly and just shut down the Executor fleet like it normally does. We'll see if that glitch gets patched. It doesn't look like there's anything in there, but I mean, a 1 in 4 chance is not a die roll that I want to cast during a grand arena. So, like, better to use the Executrix by far.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, ship meta doesn't get shaken up often, but when it does, it's impactful. I mean, Marauder did the same thing, maybe not to such an extreme degree, obviously, but I don't think I just barely missed Marauder when I came back just to go, so it's not as impactful to me because I don't have Bad Batch. So
this is shaking things up so much because now I have to use Malevolence against Profundity. I have to use Executrix versus Executor, and then I have to get my Bad Batch up as fast as possible so that way I can do Negotiator versus Leviathan. Because otherwise, with triple middle fingers, I'm screwed. So it's an interesting meta for sure. But yeah,
and to your point earlier, you know, we should, you know, Frumy's not worth farming. Top 3 is still top 3. Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like you said, Executor it shreds them now. It's a joke, but you know, are you gonna bring Executor on offense just to counter Profundity? Like, no, there are other counters, there are cheaper counters, there are more efficient counters. So therefore, does it really impact you in that game mode as much? No.
Yeah, the only argument is if in like Fleet Arena, you probably want to get, you know, the Executor first instead
one of the other two. Yeah.
So,
well, I think that's enough punishing talk about ships. Everyone's favorite game mode, other than Conquest.
Really quick. Negotiator can counter it. Asterisk. There is a lot of weird teams you got to use because it does push it over the Plo Koon speed limit. So you're going to have to use weird things like Rex in the starting lineup and stuff like that. So you might want to go watch some videos if you're planning on trying the Negotiator counter. It is a little wonky. So.
Oh yeah, I've heard Anakin gets off the starting lineup because he gets nuked out too easy. It's crazy. Because again, punishing one steals the stealth. It's such a crazy kid.
Yeah.
Crazy kid.
Punishing our wallets and our meta, that's for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of punishing my wallet, I'm officially Baylon Day 1 ready. So
heck yeah.
We can expect some Day 1 testing from me. Hopefully it'll happen on a day I have off work. If not, at least we can make a video very quickly.
Yeah, I just got my last Ahsoka wreck myself, so I'm just waiting on more wrecks. Enoch is now Relic 7, and I was like looking at it and I'm like, oh, how hard is it going to be to get the rest of the wrecks? And I started looking at the amount of signal data I need. I was like, bro, if the Rex go the way that I think they're gonna go, I have all of the stuff that I need to bring them all up to relic level. Like I have all the pieces. I need like 800 of each signal data.
Honestly, it's funny how the Cairo crunches, just really quick, how Cairo crunches changed over time as you get bigger in your account and your guilds, and as Rise of the Empire changes and grows. How the grind is, I mean, it's always been there, but Cairo used to be like the pain point for so many people, and you start to notice other parts of the game as you've been playing longer and longer. Check out our relic scrap guide, guys. It will help you overcome a lot of that grind for materials. But yeah, signal data, there's still no easy way around it. It still comes down to doing those cantina refreshes when you can afford it.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that I took a lot of time. I got Luthen's team done. I got Reva done. I got Rex. I got Zori. Like they took way too long giving me Ahsoka Rex, and so I kept just spending.
It's hard not to hit the upgrade button. No, I totally get that.
But going back to your Baylon ready.
Yeah. Yes.
So, the puzzle came out, and
it revealed.
Yes, we have ability names. Yay. The interesting part was
it'd be this week.
Yeah, I kind of get it though, because I believe that next week marks when Merrick should become farmable in shipments. And so like they're setting it up so that way you can last minute try and purchase as much as you want to. And just make a little bit more money. Yeah. So I get it, but like I was expecting it sooner as well. But they did announce that next week is when we're getting our update, so it makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's true. Makes sense.
So, but I was surprised. It has he has 3 abilities, and then he has a leader and no unique, which is
super weird.
Yeah, Grandmaster Yoda level kit.
Yeah, I think a lot of people made that comparison, and I think it's worth talking about, and that's because I think of the UFU tag that he's going to have, and they're when you don't have a unique, it makes the idea of not being leader just so much less viable. Not that Yoda's not necessarily a good example of that, because Yoda's just so old and so out of date that you just use him for his interesting abilities. I mean, talk about cookie cutter design a little bit. I understand
he will work with his team and no one else.
or else. But will people figure out some funny stuff with it? I'm sure someone will try it.
Malico still works on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I mean, there will always be something.
Is it the most efficient? No, but hey, if you somehow, but the funny thing is you can't have Baylon and not have the Rex, so there's no point in not putting it together. So I guess that's where that kind of comes into play versus Shin and Marok. They showed in the marquees that just throw them with some UFUs while you don't have Baylon, and then once you get Baylon, you throw them in with them. Again, fingers crossed on the 4th and 5th. Here's hoping that Scion and Django can get some love, and maybe Hondo can get in there.
Yes, let's get some Relic 9 Hondos in the game.
I've got Relic 8. Give me a reason.
Dude, I almost had my reason after soloing that Sith Eternal on stream the other day.
That was sick. I was there for that. Yeah, that was really fun to watch. And just like timing the AoE to then give you enough time to it was
wild.
Honestly, between that and just, I mean, I love the Omicron personally. It's not a meta-defining Omicron by any means. I did it for the memes for the Hondo, and I don't regret it. It's very versatile, but there are better ones, like a character we're going to talk about a little bit later. But yeah, Grandmaster Yoda, man, I wish they'd rework him, or at least give us a new version, like one of the most defining characters in all of Star Wars, and he's so lackluster at this point.
So I was actually like, what I was gambling on, what I was guessing was that with the High Republic stuff from the Acolyte, that we were going to see Yoda pop up in the Acolyte, which,
possible. Padawan Yoda.
I mean, Padawan. He's during the High Republic. He's still part of the Jedi Council.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
He's that old?
Yeah, remember he's like 900 when he dies.
Look, man, timelines in Star Wars are about as congruent as I don't even know where I'm going with this point.
Fair.
Point being, yes, that would have been a great like character to reveal.
Yeah, we get a GL Yoda in his prime when he's on the council in the first place, and
Jedi Council team. Yeah,
that'd
be fun. That'd be fun. Just do what you do with Qui-Gon. Just give him a poncho and a hood, and call him Yoda in Exile Progress Kashyyyk. I don't, whatever.
Give him that so stupid cloak that he has in Battlefront 2, where his ears pop out of the little holes. Yes. Perfect.
And then one of his moves is that like crazy flip he does that wow, I can't
the old Battlefront 2.
Yeah, the old one. Yeah,
yeah, the pandemic
crazy
one.
Flip move.
Yeah, you just keep spinning out of the water so because no one can see you on Kashyyyk. Yeah. He just pops out of the water and all of a sudden everyone's dead.
Yeah, like okay, respawn. Yeah. Anyway, I believe we have a guild shout out.
We do have a guild shout out. Yes. So I'm gonna try and do this guild shout out both fast and eloquently, and we'll see if I succeed. So the guild shout out today is SK Survivors. I don't know if that stands for Star Killer Survivors. I don't know. We do a lot of acronyms in this game. There's a lot of text here, but I'm going to read the overall ad and give you some of the requirements and ideas. This is kind of a early to mid game guild. So we've had some early game guilds. We've had a late game guild recently. This one's kind of in the middle of that. So, hey everyone out there, Star Killer Survivors is what I'm going to go with for the name. I don't know. SK Survivors is currently looking for players. We are a relatively young guild, having been founded roughly 17 months ago. I mean, I feel like that's still quite a while. Yeah. We are a group of competitively oriented players of all different progression levels, sub 1 mil to almost 10 mil GP overall, and different levels of experience. Our goal is to progress together and build a guild as strong as possible, yet knowing and being aware that there is life outside of this game. That sounds like heresy to me, but we will push on. We're currently running a small rework of the guild, essentially to fill in for a group of 4 friends that we lost, as well as 2 people going into retirement with their accounts. So currently they're at 240 mil GP. They're doing Rote and Geo Darkside currently, getting about 20 to 30 watt shards. They're doing the Naboo raid, working towards the 3rd crate. They're looking for about 3.5 million GP accounts with a GL if possible. It's not a deal breaker if you don't have a GL or you're under that. You can still reach out and see if they can take you under their wing. They are open to that, so definitely go check it out. They do like to have full participation. You're getting the 600 tickets, you're joining in territory wars and territory battles and doing your best to help out. So this is it. They are trying to be competitive and they are a growing guild. So if you want to join the SK Survivors, the link will be in the description of this video.
Yep. Thanks for reaching out, guys. I think that's a guild of a viewer of ours, right? AstroDB.
Yep, AstroDB. Yes. So he's looking for people for his guild for his main account. So.
Yep. Go say hi. Tell us that Beaver sent you.
Yeah. Beaver sends his regards.
He sends his regards. Yeah. Moving right along. Thank you for the guild shout out, Beaver. We've got our character highlight of the podcast. And we're gonna go with Luthen this week, guys. Huge part of people's accounts. I think, conquest units this year they've been slapping. They've been kind of meta changing, defining. Each character has its moments, especially with Datacron seasons. But Luthen doesn't need any of that. No Omicrons, just 1 Zeta, and you've got a GL shredder.
Yeah, like I was impressed because I was like going into this and I'm like, I gotta go and I gotta get the things for Ahsoka done, and I got Reva coming up soon, so I was like really stressed. I was like, dang, I don't have enough Omicrons for everyone, I don't have enough Zetas for everyone, and then I noticed it was just a singular Zeta that you really needed, and then the Omicrons were optional. Like he still beats all the GLs that he normally beats without his Omicrons, and then he does even more with them, being able to kill things like SLKR when he's on a Saw team, on a Mon Mothma team, even outside of GAC. He's able to beat Leia, he's able to beat Rey, Lord Vader, JML. Yeah, like anyone that basically doesn't shut down attacks at a turn return meter, they stomp. And like I've been really impressed with the character even pre having a full team. I just finished this team yesterday and have been having a blast in Squad Arena for the last 24 hours after getting POW up to relic level. But even before POW and before Hoth Rebel Scout being up to relic level, using things like Cara Dune and other things, still was able to beat Rey even with like a Ben Rey team, and like this is great back pocket, defeat Gungans, defeat all kinds of teams. And then you add in the full team with POW and Hoth Rebel Scout, and the team just never stops taking turns. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working out the last two. I've definitely got Lightspeed Bundle and Kyle Katarn for Star Killer, so I'm hoping glad to hear that you can get some stuff done. And maybe even work up Saw eventually, just to get that more versatility out of your Rebel fighters, both in Rise of the Empire, Grand Arena, all those game modes. It's such a versatile faction. Rebel fighter kind of bleeds into Rogue One a little bit, let's talk about it. So you think the Zetas are worth it 100%? But Omicron's optional, like you said.
I think the Omicrons are super nice.
Probably the unique is worth getting, I would say, but the basic seems kind of niche at best.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't even have the basic. It's like it's good. It's just not insane. But what do I sacrifice? I'm actually impressed with how well this works, just because of the stacking offense. And ignoring taunt is super nice. Makes it really easy to get like the shield generator down on Gungans. There's a lot of good stuff when it comes to that one.
Gives me Malgus feeling, when Malgus came out and how he shaped the meta and how he scared people, He made people like Luthen. Luthen makes people think twice about putting Leia on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, simple as that.
And it's also been really impressive to see currently with the Luthen Cron, we'll see when it leaves, but like Saw Gerrera has actually been pretty scary on defense with Luthen. And that's not something I would have thought before, because Saw Gerrera is just so in general in the game.
Yeah.
So
big lifter.
Yeah, but like the extra max health and the extra offense from these two Omicrons, these are the ones that I would suggest if you are going to put Omicrons. But honestly, you can do almost everything you need to do without the Omicrons. It's just like guaranteeing your win, essentially.
So who debatably, in your opinion, Mr. Beaver, who do you think's the best team comp? I mean, Mon Mothma, you mentioned Saw Gerrera. I think who do you think is the better team, or do you think it really just depends?
It's hard for me. Because I've seen merits of both. I feel like Mon Mothma is the better team because she beats more. But I do feel like Luthen's almost a flex character on the level of like a Talon or a Krex, where you can kind of throw them in multiple different teams and get some really good results going. I wish he was a little bit better in boosting other teams. They do lock out his kit quite a bit from certain things, like obviously no GLs. They also, we did a lot of testing when we first got him with Adrad and like Rogue One. And I think there's an argument with the current Datacron set to do some Rogue One shenanigans. But overall, I think that if you're going offense, Mon Mothma is the best way to go. Defense, and in certain cases, Saw Gerrera is going to be the better one to go. Those are kind of the two plugins that you definitely want to go for.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I think that's enough talking about what he sacrifices.
Spoiler alert, it's everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, no, a great character, great conquest unit. Looking forward to talking about Ezra in, it won't be the next Damn Fine discussion, but I think the one after that we might have Ezra unlocked. Are you shooting to have him like relicked, like almost instantly?
Oh yeah, I will have him at Relic 7 day 1.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what some Jedi comms might look like. Who knows? We might even have more Ahsoka Rex by then.
Here's the hoping. Like, I swear. Like, we at the time of recording this, it is Friday. I feel like we have to get a puzzle today that has something to do with Ahsoka. So. Please.
Watch, it's just gonna be Baylon's kit with the picture, and then the
just drop it again, or they'll announce once again
the picture, like the design. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Once again, they'll announce that Thrawn is required for Baylon.
A third time. Yeah, because it wasn't obvious the first time or the second time. Yeah, for sure. But past joking around, guys, we need to take a moment. Serious faces, guys. You need to fix your damn rosters.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about how. Beaver, take me through the first one here. We've got two this time for you guys.
Yeah, so this one is just I was looking through a friend's offenses and defenses for Grand Arena. It was a little painful because he had all of the Lightspeed bundles, and we've talked about this. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but like we talked about it. Like, I made a list. I got a video. I will put a little card up above if you missed it, of every team you can build out of the Lightspeed bundles, so that way you can go watch it. But like, dude, this is so much that you get from the Lightspeed bundles, and like in something like Bronzium and Chromium, you should have a relic team on every part of your defense and have plenty for your offense still. So please do not skimp on your defenses. Do not skimp on your offense. If you can't get through their walls, put more of your best teams on offense, put less on your defense. But go and take a look at your defense, because it's entirely possible you have some stuff left over that you've just never pulled off, and you're like running an Ewok team instead of something good.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm starved for teams even still. Yeah.
Once you hit Kyber, you're always starved for teams. Like, I'm trying desperately to put teams on defense, but every time I do, I'm like, but that's one less counter that I have
wish
for
I
teams.
had that. Yeah, it's true. As someone who wants to squeeze in Mommy Mandalore between the next GL or two, it's after I finish Baylon, I need to patch some more holes. I've patched a few, but there's still a few to go. But,
I am praying so hard that Ahsoka's a defensive GL, just because that's what I really need right now.
Yeah, we'll see. Remember, Leia is totally just for offense, guys. I mean, now that Luthen's out, I think that remains more so than what the original release said.
But if they keep pampering her with datacrons, dude, these these crons have been killing me. Like, Bane's at a 13% win rate right now. That's wild.
Rip Bane, dude. Bane has just been going down and down in viability. Don't get me wrong. I still don't have him, so obviously I wish I did. Because it is, I call it juiced up Wampa.
Essentially,
Talk about changing the way it works and shutting down his kit specifically to make it not as viable. Yeah, it's crazy. It's super crazy. But guys, the next thing we want to talk about is don't be afraid to make templates, mod loadouts for your game. It's obviously a really niche thing, but when you're talking about Naboo raid, guys, you should be putting on your best mods to save you time. Like, this raid, I think, has the most time soak out of any raid in the past couple cycles we've had. Make your life easier. Get a mod loadout. If you have a buddy who has hot utils, I know there's people out there who do stuff like that. They'd be like, hey, I can tell you which mods you should slap on in your roster to give you the best chance. Do it. Make that template. Make one for your mods as you like them. And then go make one for what they should be, and it costs a little bit of credits and a little bit of time. Took me 10-15 minutes to set mine up for the Naboo raid. Was it annoying? Yes, because I don't use hot utils yet. But now I've got it all set up. It takes me 5 minutes to just slap it on, do the Queen Amidala run, get it within 4 or 5 tries if I'm lucky, and then just revert back to it really quick. So that's my tip for you guys. Don't be afraid of that. I know I'm really bad about mods, so
Make sure you have the templates on the other side so you're not losing out on your Grand Arena.
Yes. Yes. Don't be like me that one time in Grand Arena Lockout where Ray had half her mods and I still got hold, so I'm not going to complain.
I will take that any day. I just got 3 holds on my Ray team and I'm just like, it feels good.
Nice. I wish I could say that. My Pascal opponents have out GP'd me by 2 or 3 million, and I got perfect cleared the other day, and I got stuck on something silly, and I was just like, there's a Grand Arena. I hate that feeling. You didn't out offense efficiency me, so I win, and I'm just like, I don't like playing this way. But anyway, yeah. Fix your damn roster, guys. If you have any questions, any complaints about what's happening in your game, what's happening in your roster, what did you learn recently? Leave it down below. We want to hear about what you guys are rocking. Speaking of rocking, Beaver, what do you have? You have something cooking that you wouldn't tell me about. Tell me and the audience. Tell us, what were you cooking over there?
So yeah, we got some music being cranked out right now. So for those of you who don't know already, all of our music is now on Spotify, on Apple Music, wherever you want to look for music. You can get it. You can actually check in the description. You'll find the link to my Spotify, so that way you can get access to Last Day of the Republic, Rogue Transmission, Booma Bass, whatever song's your favorite here in the Beaver Dam. We have it on Spotify now, and we have 2 more coming soon. We have a 3rd one that's currently in production, but that one's pretty far out. But we have one that's coming for a Han Solo song. This one caught me by surprise. I didn't have this one requested, but our artist was just like, hey, I got this. And I was like, this is pretty dope. And so we're working on the final details on that one, as well as during the Damathon, we had 2 songs requested, and one of them is close to being ready. And it is going to be a part 1 of 2. We will have 2 different versions of the song. And so we talked about having a bounty hunter song, because we don't have anything besides Big Shot Gangster for bounty hunter teams. And so we're gonna have a couple bounty hunter songs to go for, and it's gonna, like, honestly, I love it because it has that kind of Western feel to it. That kind of like what they've based Boba off, the Clint Eastwood Western kind of style, and I'm really excited.
I'm excited because I love Arnold's Boba song is like really up there for me, so like high expectations. I'm hyped.
Dude, and there's one spot where he uses a quote from the Bounty Hunter video game, and I was like, it takes me back.
That's cool.
For those of you who don't know, Tamora Morrison actually did the voice for Django in that game as well, and which was really cool to be able to have the actual actor for that. So very exciting. 2 new songs coming soon to a theater near you. No, amazing. It'll come to Spotify at some point, but we'll release them on the channel first, so don't miss out on our live streams, so that way you don't miss out whenever we release these songs. So
super cool. Thank you. And obviously, normally, guys, we'd have a Star Wars section for you, but honestly, there's nothing. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, like, there's nothing.
There's some stuff we could talk about, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like we could talk on any episode, and we don't have a lot of time today, as we said. Speed running this a bit. If you've heard any news that you feel like that people need to know about, throw it in the comments section. We'd love to hear it.
Yes.
But like, honestly, I haven't heard much, but there's a lot in Star Wars to talk about, just because we're always consuming Star Wars. Like I had a 2-hour conversation with someone who's a huge fan of the sequel trilogy, and so I'd love to sit here and talk about the interesting difference of perspective between me and her. Yeah. So we'll talk about that next time, perhaps. But
yes.
with that,
quick impromptu question.
Oh, shoot.
We go. Okay, without looking at meta, if you could apply any one Omicron that you thought was fun, in terms of just fun value, what would it be? I'll start with mine because I already know what it is. it's a, I mean, the honorable mention is IPD, because I think it's really funny that he gets to explode and do extra effects, but then he comes back every wave. I think it'd be really fun on an Afra team. He does have some more synergies with Empire, so it could also make Vader actually worth bringing onto Afra again, in specifically Rise of the Empire. But my favorite one is Cassian Andor. I think the disguise mechanic and like all the stuff he does in there, it's really cool. I don't think it really moves the needle a ton for Rogue One. It's just interesting, and it really pushes what the game is intended to do or be, and I really like that.
The moment you asked this question, I immediately was like, dude, doesn't Cassian Andor like disguise himself as an enemy? Like it's gotta be that one. Like it's
okay, you have the same one.
It's so
I think for
interesting
fun.
Yeah
I love the IPD one too. That one's more
for the memes. I also would love to drop the pay to win one, just because I find the whole half Sith's offense just the funniest thing in the world.
It is. Like, no, it's such a good call out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than the shorty one.
The shorty one's just awful.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people who applied that. Kind of like the the 100 people that applied a certain Omicron that Beaver owns on Gunkin.
I'm just one of the top 100 players in the game, obviously, because of that. Not gonna say top 100 like best players, but I'm one of the top 100 players
that applied that Omicron upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have a funny Omicron that you want to give a shout out to that you really like, but maybe you haven't done it, or you did it, you fully invested in the memes. I mean, I mentioned I've got Hondo Omicron. I unfortunately did do the Ewok Omicron, much to my shame, for the leader one back in the early Omicron days. Much regret. I just throw it on defenses just to feel better when it somehow gets a hold in the back zone.
I honestly, I don't get how. Every time I see that team, Omicron, no Omicron, I just throw Imperial Troopers at it and it's full banner win.
Yeah. No, it's completely valid. I'm not at the point where I'm shutting out Imperial Troopers any day soon, so
fair.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why
not? Get your value out. Get your value, and then when you get a hold, then you get to be like, yes. See, this is why I applied the Krennic Omicron.
Oh my god. Let's talk about a niche Omicron. I forgot he even had that. Yeah. Poor Death Trooper. Or poor Krennic. Poor Krennic with Death Trooper being used in every other squad in existence except for anything remotely.
And like at this point with Enoch in the game, there's no way Krennic could ever take Death Trooper back.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. I think between that and man, they should do like an Imperial Navy tag or something. Like something with like officers or just like some of the ISB, I think it's called, the Imperial Security Bureau.
Yeah.
Dude, ISB team, dude.
Dude, give me a Colonel Yularen in the game. Absolutely, I'd take it 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Like
maybe after Andor season 2, maybe we'll finally get some ISB characters.
Get the blonde chick. I don't remember her name at all.
No, it's okay. Yeah, maybe.
Lemonhead.
Yeah, put them all together. Maybe make a new generic enemy, so Go can create a new one, like Geonosian Brood Alpha. Do like ISB agent, kind of like the one in Battlefront.
Yeah,
could be
absolutely. Fun. Yeah. Although I hate the ISB agent armor from Rebels. I think it looks so silly.
I'll have to go Google that after this now.
Yeah. Like I love the ISB uniforms, like I love the Andor ISB stuff, but the like ISB battle uniform that they wear, it's just it looks so silly to me. Anyways, that's neither here or there. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a good but short time.
Yes, speedrun was successful. I think this will be our new record for Damn Fine Discussions.
I think that we'll probably maintain this record because I don't like to be this short anyway.
We like talking to you guys or something weird, and each other, but yeah, we like talking to you guys. So leave us a comment down below. Comment what you're gonna be for Halloween, or are you gonna do a Star Wars costume? Are you doing something else? Let us know, guys. Let's celebrate celebrate Star Wars, celebrate stuff, and hopefully the next time we talk, we'll have more to talk about. Hopefully Baylon will be here, more Baylon
Ezra
news,
testing,
more Ahsoka
Baylon
news, and-
testing. We're gonna have a good
Ezra
time.
testing. Yeah, it'll be great. We'll see you guys on the streams. See you on the videos, and until next time, have a good one, guys. Adios.